Yeah, so we're here with Jag, and she's just started on the Qenda, and she's happy to share her journey and her experience with it. So, yeah, Jag, do you want to say why you got in contact with me and why you wanted to start with the Qenda?
Yep, I actually had a conversation with a friend who told me about the Qenda, and she knew that I suffered with multiple sclerosis. So she said that it would be something to go on because it would help me. And then I contacted yourself, and you gave me a bit more information about how it could help me. And I decided I wanted to pursue it, and it was something I needed to do because I want to do anything to get myself better. And if this is going to help in any way, then, or I believe it's going to help. So I started it.
Yeah, great. And from what I understand, you've already done a lot of the emotional and energy work and all the sides of, like, you've been doing the mind, body, spirit healing, like healing all them elements. So really excited for this part of your journey because the Qenda ticks so many boxes on, like we explained, on the healing the physical body, like removing the parasites, the heavy metals, the candida, the fungal overgrowth, all these things that can be causing problems. And I mentioned about Andy McDonald and his protocol and what he found with people with MS, how when he'd done samples of the cerebral fluid and on the pathologies, how he's found parasites like worms in all of his MS patients, and he found that it was the Borrelia type of parasite was consistent in all the cases. So and I know I've helped people with MS before, and they've all seen parasites coming out when they've had the Qenda, and I believe that's a massive part of fixing MS is removing the parasites. So that's what I explained to you, didn't I? And you felt a bit stuck because you was like, nobody knows why I've got MS, and I was like, well, I think I do. I believe I do know why, and so it's going to be an exciting journey. And I believe you've already experienced some detox, haven't you, and seen some.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been amazing. I mean, I think initially when I was talking to yourself and you said about, parasites in the body and how, the fact that I had them in my body was really weird to me because I mean, you hear stuff, but you don't know that there are actually things like that in your body.
Yeah.
When went on to the Qenda, and it was probably, I'd say, the second day that I had stool movements, and I could see. It's not like I could see things moving around in my stool. However, it was just the consistency and the way that it looked, and I didn't understand what it was, so I didn't actually look it up. And I looked up what parasites look like in the stool because I just didn't know what I was looking at, and I was a bit just flabbergasted by what was coming out.
Yeah.
It specifically showed me pictures of stools that looked exactly like mine, which confirmed that parasites are coming out. And although it's quite nasty to a certain extent, I'm happy that I'm getting rid of these parasites out of my body.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like what you said. I normally do get a bit of sometimes get a scared phone call or like, James, I'm seeing stuff coming out that I haven't eaten, and I don't understand what's going on here. And yeah, it's eye opening, but also at the same time, when you see that in the toilet, it sort of explains a little bit where you're like, oh wow, I have these living in my body. And the definition of a parasite is an organism that lives and thrives off a host. So when they're inside you and eating your nutrients like your iron and your B12, and then dumping stuff like isopropyl alcohol, lactic acid, and phenol into your system, let alone how they can get around your body and actually create damage in your body, yeah, it starts to make a little bit of sense how yeah, all this unexplainable stuff like MS, how it could possibly be all down to parasites and the damage they're causing and the toxicities and stuff. So I know it's only early days on your journey, but it's yeah, just for you to see that, it sort of confirms my theory, or Dr Andy McDonald's theory on it. So yeah, it's exciting times, isn't it? And yeah, are you on day 10 at the moment, did you say?
Yes.
Or?
I'm either on I think I might be actually on day 11 at the moment. But with anybody that's got my condition, or any condition for that matter, if you can see those things coming out of your stool, then regardless of the fact that you have to take this, or you should be taking it twice a day after a while, and the flavour of it, or the consistency of what you're drinking, or none of that is an issue, because you're seeing stuff that's coming out. So from my perspective, I know that it does taste a little bit funny, but I will eat it because I can see stuff happening. So it doesn't matter how it tastes. I will drink it, and I will make sure I do that. Even if it's making me feel slightly awkward, I will still do it because I can see the benefits.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a great point as well. Yeah, because the more toxicity you have in the body, the more bitter the bitter herbs in the formulation taste. So when people first start on the Qenda, it really does taste really bitter, and it's that's the only thing in it. You've got a bad taste in your mouth for 10 to 15 seconds, and then wash it down with a bit of water, and then you can go about your day, and it's not changing massive things in your life, but it is a horrible taste, and you just got to get over that to see the results. And like you said, the results totally outweigh the taste. So yeah, it's a very good point. Thanks a lot for sharing that. And yeah, I guess we'll just be checking in and just updating people on your progress and stuff like that, just every week or a few weeks or whatever. And yeah, excited to share your journey, because at the moment I know your MS it's got to quite a bad level now as well, hasn't it?
In terms of my mobility, it has impacted my mobility quite severely, where I do walk with two sticks now. So I want to go back to being able to walk unaided. And like I said, I'm doing like the spiritual stuff. I do my meditation, I do the energy work. I do a bit of physical activity as well, because you need to keep that going too, because obviously you don't want the muscles to dysfunction. So I do that as well. But this is something else that's going to hopefully, as far as I'm concerned, it will help me, because like I said, I've seen what's happening and what's coming out. So I'm hoping this is going to play a big part in getting me a little bit physically better.
Absolutely. I'm excited to document your progress, because I have a very good feeling about this. And like you said, it's starting to make sense. You got these things living in your body, you get rid of them, it's going to make a difference, isn't it? So yeah, thank you so much for your time, Jag, and thanks for offering to share your journey, because it really is. I think it's going to help so many other people, and so many people like who was in the position where you was. They're trying so many different things, and as we all know, these therapies cost a lot of money. Everything you do to try help yourself costs a lot of money. So when you can when you find something that works or is starting to work, it's good to show others, so then they don't have to, because the healing journey is so sporadic, isn't it? Like, I know I've been there when I was healing my Crohn's and colitis. You try all these different things, and you put your faith in so much, and you're just like, one more piece of the puzzle, and it is a journey, and that's why I do what I do, because I feel like I found answers for people, so I can help them get to healing and feeling better a lot sooner than trying all this stuff. And thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'll just stop recording now.